Okay, let's do this. Row 4, chain 1, single crochet. Here's a very common error. You have to skip one. And then when you get to the end of the row, you have to skip the second to the last one. You skip one right before the last stitch. People forget that. And then they get on to the next row and they're like, how come I have too many stitches? And once again, will it help you to know how many total stitches you have in the row? All that will tell you is that you have the right number or the wrong number of stitches in that row. But it won't tell you which of the peaks or valleys is going to be off. I try to give you the stitch counts that matter, but people have been giving me a lot of grief over stitch counts lately. And somebody actually said in a review that I don't use stitch counts in my patterns when I do. People are, one of the things I don't like about stitch counts is that they cause a lot of overthinking. One of the things I really hate is this chain 3 to turn counts or doesn't count. Counts as 1 double crochet or doesn't count. And then you say, you know, 5 more double crochet. Well, do I count the chain or not? Well, if I tell you to chain 3 and then make 4 double crochet, that means make 4 more double crochet. That doesn't mean 5. I don't understand how people interpret that as 5. There's 5 double crochet now because the chain 3 counts. Well, that's confusing. It's a confusing way to say it. People get really seem to get their feathers ruffled because I don't use that terminology. Counts as 1, you know, because then it's like the next thing you say is, you know, make 4 of the same thing, and they're like, well, should I have 4 or should I have 5? Anybody get what I'm saying? Thanks for following. Thanks for following. I feel like it's going to be hard to do this whole thing on lives. I feel bored. Hey, Lorraine. Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, I'm doing great. How are you? I definitely want to finish this color tonight. Oh, I'm almost at the end of row 4. The single crochet rows go really fast. It's row 2 and 6. Those are the rows that take a long time. What did you put on your finger? I'm using the Scented Stitches Stitch Balm on this project. It's an aromatherapy balm. You put it on your finger and then it goes into the yarn. Moved a few months ago, so lots of new things going on and decorating. Just getting used. Oh, did you move far? Okay, at the end of this row, you want to skip the last double crochet and put your last double crochet into the top of the turning chain. Excuse me. Woof. That Nora blanket is terrific. Oh, thank you. I loved it. I'm going to do a crochet along. I think in February, March, something like that. Give people a little bit of time to save up a little money and get one. I don't know. The yarn, the color, I guess, that they gave me to sample the project with is already sold out. So I don't know. It took me a really long time to get that done. So yeah, they want me to do something with the cottons next, but I'm not real crazy about cottons, but and I love that Noro. I would make everything with Noro from here until the end of time. I wouldn't bother with any of this other stuff, I can tell you that. Heliotrope is next. That's this one. I have one more row of this supposedly cranberry color. It's not cranberry at all. Okay. One, two, three. And then you skip two, but you count this one right here. One, two. And then you start your double crochets in the next one. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Whoops. And then three in the peak. One, two, three. And then seven going down. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Skip two. One, two. And then seven to go up. One, two, three. Hey, Plopper Fish Crochet. Currently making your 6-day star blanket. How's it going for you? Make sure you tag me in your videos when you make your video. You're enjoying it. I'm glad. Yeah, now the trend is to Hold the blanket up and then drop it and let it unroll. Seven going down, skip 2, and then 7 going up. What kind of yarn are you using? You're on the first repeat of the rounds now. That's great. Are you in my Facebook group? It's a good place if you get stuck and you need help. You can always post over there. And if I'm not available, there are 25,000 or 23,999 people in there. Good night, Lorraine. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Oh, wow. Okay, great. I'm glad to hear that because I really struggle with keeping my YouTube channel. It's so unorganized. It's really not great. I need some help. My Facebook group hit 24K last night. Facebook sent me a message and said, you have 24,000 in your group. I'm getting used to this splitting yarn. Doesn't seem as bad as it did. Computer, what's my notification? I don't know what the computer wants to tell me. This pattern has a 6-row repeat, so I'm on row 5. So it would be kind of nice to know that I could do a whole repeat in one sitting. Well, then would give me an idea about how long this is going to take. I think that I figured out it's going to be like around 21 stripes, 23 stripes, something like that. So I'm not in a hurry, even though it's called the 6-day blanket. If you upsize this much and use worsted weight yarn, you can't do it in 6 days. In order to do it in 6 days, you have to use chunky weight. Okay, and you have to make a smaller blanket. I did a crochet marathon on TikTok this year, and it took me 2 days. I worked, I would say about 8 hours each time. So it was about total of about 16 hours. And I made a whole throw size blanket, but it only had 7 points. Okay. It didn't have this one has 15. So I think that was what we kind of figured out, is if your blanket has more than 7 points, it is going to take you longer than 6 days, most likely, unless you take take a week off of work and do nothing but crochet all day, which I wouldn't recommend because it wouldn't be good for your body. I actually brought my project with me to class so I can save up time making the blanket. Oh, wow. Well, if your instructors allow you to crochet in class, I mean, some people say it helps them focus to have, keep something, keep their hands busy. I mean, I noticed that I have to be doing something pretty, something that's really easily memorized, that I don't have, I don't have to think really hard about. Good thing our chef didn't give a lecture that. That's good. You know, the colors aren't really, it's not really true to how they look for whatever reason on TikTok. It's not that bright. It's more of a coral. It's definitely not watermelon pink. And the bottom color is blue. I don't know why it looks like that. If you go over to YouTube, it's a little more accurate on my YouTube. I'm live over there as well. Yeah, well, it's not. Yay, get to change colors. Woo! Hello. I ordered 2 more skeins of each color, but honestly, I think one would have been enough. But I haven't decided what the edge is going to be like, so I just wanted to play it safe. Heliotrope is next. Now, let me hear y'all say this looks like a watermelon. What a thing to say. This is row 6. And this is the ridge row. So every double crochet, it's really the same as row 6 on the 6-day blanket, except instead of double crochet, you're doing front post double crochet. So when you do a front post double crochet, you work around the post of the stitch instead of into the top of the stitch. Okay, so front post, I work from the front. If I were doing back post, I'd do the same thing, but I'd work from the back. Okay, but this is front post. So from the front, I'm working around the post of the stitch, double crochet. So there's going to be 8 of them going up. And then in the center double crochet, now we're working into the top of the stitch, 3 double crochet. Okay, so that's what makes the ridge row. That's what makes that ridge. That's why we call it Ridgy Didge. Ridgy Didge. It's an Australian thing, because I have a lot of Australians in my world. Seven front post double crochet going down, and then you're going to skip 2 in the valley. So skip the bottom 2. And then 3 double crochet in the top. So at the one in the top, you work into the top of the stitch. The rest of the row, you work front post double crochet. Heliotrope. That's a pretty word. Is that a knot? Yes, it is. Okay, I treat knots just like a new join. I don't work over them, and I sure as heck don't put glue on them. I honestly can't even believe anyone would actually do that. That would be something I would do in an emergency if the sweater fell apart or the blanket fell apart and there was no other way to hold it together. Only then would I tie a knot and glue it. This yarn is splitty. You know, I was excited about it because it's recycled. It's made from recycled plastics. This row takes longer. I think post stitches take a little longer and they are a little harder on your hands, wrists. Well, don't forget to go to my profile link and sign up for the Scented Stitches giveaway because we're going to draw that tomorrow. So this is your last chance to, well, it's your last chance. I don't know what time they're going to draw it tomorrow, but we're going to draw it tomorrow. So you have to do it today. And you can only do it once. I mean, these colors are kind of ghastly on TikTok. They're much prettier over on YouTube. This is the exact point in every project where I'm like, uh-oh, I don't like it. But I think I'm going to like it just fine in the end. But I often have a moment where I'm like, ugh, I don't like this. Thanks for following, you guys. Yeah, make sure you sign up for the giveaway tonight. It's for a star shawl kit with my Starro 6-day Starro shawl pattern. With the Noro Yukata yarn, which is absolutely beautiful stuff. Just amazing. But I mean, these projects were just a dream to work on. If you've never worked with Noro, you should try it. It's amazing stuff. Beautiful. And then you get a stick of the Scented Stitches Stitch Balm, which is what I'm using on my fingers here, my finger, as I'm crocheting. The one in the giveaway is Calm. The one I'm using is Cheer. And all you have to do is sign up for our email lists. Love the colors. Thanks, but they don't really look like that. I don't know why TikTok it's making this. Somebody said it looks like watermelon. This isn't even green. This is blue. And this is more of a coral than an orange. So I don't know. I don't know why my phone is making the colors look like that. But if you go over to YouTube, you can see a little more accurate. I'm feeling a little self-conscious about this purple and the coral, which they're calling Cranberry, which I would never call this color Cranberry. I don't know what they were smoking the day they named this color Cranberry. Maybe they were smoking some dried cranberries or something. I don't know. I don't even know why I said that, but I don't think this is cranberry. Why'd they pick that name? I want to ask somebody. Why? Why didn't they call it coral or something like the salmon? That's what I would call this color, salmon. I'm questioning my own judgment about the purple and the salmon next to each other, but I picked the colors. I ordered 11 colors of the Respun, and I didn't know what colors I was going to use. And I chose the colors of those 11 that I felt excited about when I looked at them. And I felt excited. And I was trying not to do 6 colors, but that's how many I ended up with. That is how many I felt excited about. So that's what I just stayed true to that. I feel excited about this color. When I look at it, it makes me feel a certain way. And then there were other colors. I thought when I looked at them, I don't feel excited about you. And so that was that. I know, right? Somebody's over on YouTube saying the colors are totally different on YouTube. They are. I don't know why. I don't know why. Tell me why my colors look like crap on TikTok. Somebody made fun of me and said it was like watermelon colors. Is that watermelon colors? No. Why would I do watermelon colors? That's dumb. I'm not excited about watermelon. I love that salmon color. That is one of my favorite colors. I love teal. I like greens. I like yellow. I like mustard yellow. Hey Debbie, how you doing? Just chilling. I'm feeling a little better about this project. I felt like getting the setup done for it was a little more tedious than I had wanted it to be. And now that I'm past that whole setup, I feel like I'm just sailing along here. Questioning my choices a little bit about the colors, but I'm going to stick it out. I swatched, but I didn't swatch my colors. I swatched some of the colors I was not feeling excited about. Thanks, Debbie. Ah. Oh, look at those splits. I keep catching parts of the yarn that aren't. Oh my God. I think I like YouTube Lives altogether better. I think the view is better, because you get that landscape, you get a close-up of my hands, and TikTok is kind of like, overhead of the desk. It's fine. But the colors are not great. I think the best engagement is on TikTok. I'm looking forward to having my daughter here because my TV broke and I had to get a new one. And it's too big for me to put up by myself. I thought, well, I'll just open it up and see if I can do it, see what it says. Because, you know, the box is really big, but it's not that heavy. The UPS guy brought it up the steps for me and brought it into the house, and I thought, I can do this from here. And I opened up the box, and it says, you will need 2 people for this part. You know, like putting the legs on the bottom. Oh, crap. So my new TV has been sitting there for since before Thanksgiving. My sister and her husband were supposed to be here to help me put it up, but they didn't come. Yeah, Debbie, my TV died right after you were here, actually. Well, it was right before. It was right before Thanksgiving. Because I was like, well, I have guests. I can't, I have guests coming. I need to get a new TV. ASAP. It's Thanksgiving. Okay, this is row 7. It's a single crochet row. So I'm thinking it'll go quickly. I don't know how much battery I have left, so I'm going to keep going until the battery dies, and then hopefully I will at least get through this row 7. Okay, so it goes chain 1, single crochet in the same space, skip 1, single crochet in each stitch across. Now notice that this row does not have the 3 single crochet in the peak, and or any skips in the valley, and that is because this stitch, the original name of this stitch is Vivid Chevrons. So one way they made the chevron vivid was by bordering the granny rows 2 and 3, with single crochet. And so those single crochet rows are continuous, and they don't have any double stitches or skips. Row 4 or row 7. And the way that I write my 6-day patterns is row 4 and row 7. I always write them so that 4 and 7 are single crochet rows, 2 and 3 are cluster rows, and 5 and 6 are double crochet rows. Let's just help you understand it, help you memorize it, help you get it, help you see patterns. Okay, this isn't too bad because once you get the center pull going a little bit, it comes out smoothly and you don't have to keep pulling. Hi, Ollie. Ollie says, I love your 6-day patterns so much. I've only made one, but I want to do more so badly. Well, get going. Which ones have you done? Did you do the regular 6-day or did you do the star? Six-day star. Oh, you posted it in the Facebook group? Well, thank you for sharing it with us. I love seeing them. I love seeing the stuff you guys make. You're in the middle of a sweater. or else I would be making another. Aw. I love looking through the things everyone makes. I know, the group is great, isn't it? It's just like, you just scroll, pictures upon pictures upon pictures of 6 day stuff. And some of the people in that group make the most amazing things. I mean, most of my ideas come from the people in that group, honestly. Even this Ridgy Didge is not my idea. It was other people in the group that were putting textured stitches into their blankets. Oh, yeah, I remember that. The little thread choker. That was cute. Well, I'm flying across this row 7. Single crochet rows go really fast. You made a lot of them. They're adorable. Oh, I'm not as far along as I thought because it's folded up. I'm about halfway across the row. I've been doing nothing but treble crochets all day. My brain is fried. I was saying earlier, I don't understand where my day went, but I don't think it's really as bad as I think. I think it just got dark early. I did a lot of things. I went to the post office. I went to the grocery store. I ate. I bought food and I ate like actual food and not just like oatmeal or instant mashed potatoes or ramen, you know. That's what I was saying earlier. I have to go to the grocery store because there's no food here. I need to feed my daughter. She likes me to cook for her. So I'm going to cook for her. She wants broccoli cheddar soup and she wants this big sandwich that I make. We just call it the big sandwich. And you basically take like a big French loaf and you cut it in half. It's like a giant submarine sandwich. You slice it in half the long way and you open it up and toast it in the oven. And you put butter on each side and garlic and, you know, deli meat and cheese. Cut the cheese really thick. Cut the cheese. That sounds gross. I get the blocks of cheddar and Monterey Jack and I slice it thick. And then you lay that on and you toast that. And then if you want any kind of tomatoes or pickles or anything like that, you put that on and then you fold that. And I don't do a lot of mustard and mayonnaise, but I use that sandwich oil. I put a ton of that on, the Italian sandwich oil. And then we just slice that up. And if she wants mayonnaise or mustard or whatever, she puts that on. And then we just eat that. I'm acting like I didn't buy the wrong shade of red, so when I finish it, I'm going to act like I don't see it. I'm too far in to keep my sanity to frog it. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Is that really the best plan? The wrong shade of red. Does it not match? Is it like for a sports team? Well, I think your sanity is important. It's not even that noticeable. Okay. Do you have to look at it after it's done when it's worn? Or are you giving it to somebody and it's going to go away? Or do you have to look at it? Because if you have to look at it, it might really bother you. But if you don't have to look at it, you're going to give it to somebody and it's going to go away. You're probably good. You'll forget about it. It's for you, so you don't care. Okay. Just as long as you're not looking at that every time going, oh man, why didn't I change that red? If it's not going to drive you crazy every time you look at it. Because that's the line for me. The line is, am I going to, every time I look at that, think, you know, why didn't I blah, blah, blah. But it's your sanity. You know your sanity better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your sanity. I keep looking at it and you like it honestly. Okay, then you're good. You're good. You know yourself. I think it adds character. Okay. Great. Then you're good. Then I wouldn't worry about it. Don't think about it anymore. Just carry on. Being a Gen Z crochet artist is so funny to me sometimes. Okay. Ugh, it's one of those bugs from my plants. Say more about that. Say more about what's funny about being a Gen Z crochet artist. Hi, thanks for following. Thanks for following. Appreciate it. My favorite thing to do is run and show my mom everything I'm making because she's the one who taught me to crochet. Aw, that's nice. Yeah, I would love it if my daughter would crochet. So every once in a while, she'll say like, yeah, teach me how to crochet. Could you show me how to crochet? Or like, if there's something that she wants to make, she'll be like, show me how to make blah, blah, blah. And so she'll do it. I'll get the yarn and the hook and I'll show her how to do it and she'll work on it for a little while and then she'll be like, that was really fun, but she won't finish it and she'll leave it here. And I was like, don't you want your crochet? And she'll be like, I'm just gonna leave that here. She actually has some yarn in her closet here and a couple projects that she started, and she was like, the last time I said, you always say that and then you never do it, and she says, she goes, I am gonna work on that again because that was really fun. I can see why you like doing that, but she still left it here and she didn't keep doing it. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So now I'm on row 2 again. I'm going to keep going until my camera battery dies. So, yeah, I don't want to waste it. Let's see. It's been going for an hour and 10 minutes. It does not have much time left. Only lasts about an hour. My older sister kind of can crochet, but as soon as you say a stitch name, she will look at you like you have 3 heads. Okay. Yeah, I think the texture is really nice. I think next year in the design community, I have like I call it the design workshop in my membership community. Hello, Andrew. So good to see you. I think I would like to work on adding some different kinds of texture to the 6-day kid blanket. I know there are other ways that there are crocheters in the community that have been adding texture to their blankets for a while. And this particular technique, somebody just did it recently. Not that recent. It's maybe been like a year. And everybody was like, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? And so I was like, well, let's just write it up, as a new pattern. And it really took off. I'm thinking of a 6-day star blanket in a bunch of shades of green and extra texture. Yeah, you have to be careful with the star because you can't add or subtract rows. Okay, there's my camera. My camera just died. So I didn't really get as far into this row 2 as I had thought I would. Well, I got about as far actually. I knew I wouldn't get very far, but anyways, there it is. I got about a swatch width, almost a swatch width's worth of row 2. So, but the cool thing about this is I can put my day 2 stitch marker at the end of that. Woohoo! Be a little bit like a cheat, but oh well. Here we go. I know it's going to take longer than 6 days, and I don't care. But I know that people always want to, people like that day 1, day 2, day 3 thing. I'm not going to hold it up and let it roll down. I'll forget. I like these little heart ones for this purpose, but I don't know why I'm having such a hard time putting it on. The stitch. It's gonna break. All right. It's on the wrong end. So I have to put it down here. I can't cheat. Oh, those bugs flying around. That's not good. I got to figure out which plant is the worst and then hit it with the hydrogen peroxide. Day 1. Day 2. This is day 1 from here to here. And this is day 2 from here to here. Day 2 is a lot more because the setup rows and I was talking really slow and all that. I didn't really talk that much on these rows 2 through 7. I did 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did a whole repeat. So it's about what it's going to be, probably about 1 repeat per live. So it's going to probably, I'm going to say, take like 25 more, 25. Y'all are going to get sick of me. Probably already are. Just set that over there. And what's this? Blank sheet of paper. I don't know what I thought I needed that for. What happened to my thing? All right, my friends. It's been fun hanging out with you. Remember to go ahead and sign up. Find the link in my bio and sign up. Give your email for the giveaway. Do that tonight because we're picking it tomorrow. Thanks for hanging with me. Good night. Mwah.